They say Arabic calligraphies take a lifetime to master, but I am going to show you how to do it. Today, using simple drawing techniques, this 10 hours painting of the last verses of Surah At-Tawbah is the easiest tutorial you will ever find on YouTube. Make sure to watch the full video without skipping because every tip is vital for the professional finish. If you are ready to turn your drawing skill into sacred art, hit the subscribe button and let's dive straight into the sketching process. Hello. We begin with the foundation. For those of you who find the Qalam intimidating, we start with the double pencil method. By taping two pencils together, we are essentially hacking the anatomy of calligraphy. As I move across the canvas to start the first words of the ayats, noticing how the gap between the pencil create a consistent thickness. The beauty of this is that it mimics the Nuktas systems used by masters. You are not just drawing a line, you are drawing a ribbon. Focus on the angle, keep your pencil at a consistent 45-degree tilt. This ensures that when you go up, the line is thin, and when you pull down, it thicks. We are mapping out the Hasbiullah, the powerful opening of these final verses. Take your time here. If the sketch is not perfect, the painting never will be. Now, method 2. I am switching to the skeleton method. This is for those of you who have good handwriting but fear thick calligraphy. I write the words out in a single elegant line first. This establishes the spacing. In Surah Al-Tawbah, the flow is dense, so spacing is everything. Once the skeleton is there, I go back and flesh out the letter. I am drawing the skin over the bone. This allows me to fix any proportions. If an alif look too short or a waw look too cramped, I can adjust the outline before any ink touches the surface. It's like building a house. You don't paint the wall until the frame is straight. Method 3. For the final portion of the ayats, we use the freehand drawing method. This is where your drawing skills truly shine. Stop seeing these as a letters and start seeing them as a waves, crescents and pillars. Look at the deep curve of the noon. It's like a bowl holding light. When you draw the calligraphy instead of writing it, You remove the pressure of being a calligrapher and instead become a designer. You are balancing the weight of the top of the words with the anchors at the bottom. Now let's prepare the medium. This is not just blue paint, it's a texture experience. I'm starting with a deep blue acrylic, but to give it that midnight feel of the spiritual night, I'm adding a drop of carbon black. But here is where the tutorials turn into the artistry. I'm adding a pinch of baking powder. Why? Because it breaks the plastic-like shine of the cheap acrylic and give it a stone-like velvet finish. Then come the glue. This is not just for sticking. It gives the paint a body or a viscosity that makes stand out from the canvas. Finally, the glitters. We are dumping them on top. We are mixing them in this way. The sparkle is embedded. It represents the noor hidden within the words. As you stir this mixture, you will notice it become thick, almost like a paste. This is what will give our background that 10 hours professional depth. Now, the most meditative part, applying the paint. Notice I'm not painting the letters, I'm painting around them. This is called negative space painting. By filling in the background with our thick blue mixture, the white of the canvas where our sketch is begins to glow. Be extremely careful around the edges of your pencil marks. Use a small brush for the eyes of the letters like the meme or ha. This process is slow. It took me hours because every time you rush, you lose the sharpness of the calligraphy. If you go over the line, don't panic, wait for it dry and carve it back with a bit of white or a scraper. We are essentially sculpting the letter out of the blue background. A major tip for the background. Always work from the inside out. Start right at the edge of the letter with a very small, fine linear brush. Once you have a safety border of the paint around the calligraphy, switch to a larger 1-inch flat brush for the rest of the canvas. This prevents you from accidentally eating into your beautiful sketches with a bulky brush. Also, if the paint starts to dry on your brush, wash it immediately. Texture paint with dries faster, and can ruin your brushes if you are not careful. Once the blue is dry, it's time for the jewelry of the piece, the silver nuktas. I'm using a silver paint marker because it's give a metallic leaf effect without the mess. These dots are the rhythm of the Arabic calligraphy. As I place them, the whole piece starts to vibrate. You can use a brush, but the markers give you the punchy professional look. To finish, we when using the silver markers for the nuktas, don't just press down. The ink in these markers can float if you press too hard. Instead, touch this tip to the center of where you want the dot and move it in a tiny circular motion. Also, use your pinky finger as an anchor. Rest your pinky finger on a dry part of the canvas to steady your hand. This tripod effect gives you the precision of a surgeon. To finish, we add the optional strokes. This is for the modern look. I'm taking some of the leftover blue and some pure black and just letting go. Quick gestural strokes in the corners. It's break the formality of the calligraphy and make it feel like a piece of contemporary art. It adds a sense of wind and movement as if the words are being carried through air. And then you have it 10 hours of devotion simplified into steps. Anyone who can hold a pencil can follow. These last three ayats of Surah At-Tawbah are a reminder of a God's sufficiency. Creating them is a journey. I hope this tutorial makes the journey easy for you.